It is a world of opulence and privilege where the lives of the wealthiest families in the United States have fortunes that span generations and have amassed their wealth through innovation and sometimes a stroke of luck. Well, their names are synonymous with vast wealth and influence in the land of opportunity. Now, this video presents a captivating journey from the heart of American affluence, the Dorrance family, and their secret to success. So without further ado, let's get started. John Thompson Dorrance, a name that might not ring a bell for many, but his legacy as the mastermind behind Campbell Soup and the intricate family dynamics that followed is nothing short of fascinating. In 1897, a young John Dorrance, armed with 2 degrees, was an anomaly at the Joseph Campbell Preserve Co., a canning factory. People wonder why he, with his impressive academic background, would choose such a career path. Little did they know that he had a vision. Whereas Dorrance's grand plan was to revolutionize the soup industry, making condensed soup a household staple. He aimed to remove water from soups during the cooking process to reduce can sizes, costs, and consumer prices. It was a brilliant idea, but it faced skepticism. At that time, people were hesitant to embrace low-priced products and weren't accustomed to using soup for everyday meals. But guess what? Dorrance didn't give up. He invested heavily in advertising, including the creation of the iconic Campbell Kids. He transitioned the company to focus primarily on soups, with pork and beans thrown in to keep the assembly line running during beef stock production. Ultimately, his dedication paid off, and Campbell's Soup's success soared. Dorrance moved up in the company and diligently purchased stock from his uncle and other partners, preventing them from starting competing businesses. Back in the days of 1914, he became the company's president, and he gradually became the sole owner, purchasing his uncle's stock and paying him a substantial sum. Dorrance's net worth skyrocketed, and his family's fortune was secured. The Dorrance family, once outsiders in Philadelphia society, was now a part of high society. In 1930, John Dorrance passed away at the age of 56. His death marked a crucial turning point for the family. His will left specific instructions for his only son, Jack, to carry on the legacy of Campbell Soup. He wanted the company to remain in family hands and for Jack to protect it at all costs. Jack Dorrance, a skinny boy of 11, accepted the mantle of responsibility, inheriting a vast fortune and the duty to safeguard the company. He was marked as the heir, the young prince of the Dorrance dynasty. Meanwhile, the will provided generous allowances for Jack and his sisters during the Great Depression. Moreover, it stipulated that when each of the Dorrance children passed away, their children would inherit the company's stock. However, Jack's heirs were to receive twice the stock of his sister's descendants. After that, Jack Dorrance accepted his role without hesitation. He saw the company as his calling, his religion. He attended Princeton University, where he tried to blend in with his fellows, but news of his $20,000 monthly allowance made him a topic of discussion. Although his life wasn't very burdensome, in reality he was aware he hadn't earned the money himself, and it sometimes made him uncomfortable. Despite his wealth, Jack lived a relatively modest life, not flaunting the riches. As the Dorrance legacy continued, it faced challenges and internal conflicts. John Dorrance's dream was to maintain family control of Campbell Soup, but tensions would arise within the family over the years, and the future of the company would hang in the balance. See, Jack was experiencing a surge in popularity, and it seemed like he had more friends than he could keep up with. These newfound acquaintances often roped him into impromptu trips to Manhattan for a night of dancing to Benny Goodman's band at the Rainbow Room. However, the downside was that more often than not, Jack ended up with the bill for these outings. His classmates noticed the change in him. He became more reclusive as he grew suspicious of people. Jack understood that you don't accumulate a multitude of friends overnight, and this sudden popularity made him cautious. But wait, there's more. The tax dispute during Jack's senior year at Princeton was just one chapter in a series of legal battles that followed John Dorrance's death in 1930. The central question in these disputes was John Dorrance's place of residence, a matter with far-reaching consequences. In the first estate trial in 1931, the executors argued against paying inheritance taxes in Pennsylvania, asserting that Dorrance had lived in synonymous, New Jersey. This was crucial because New Jersey had a lower tax rate and a tax code that would better protect Dorrance's estate from potential disgruntled heirs. Pennsylvania law would have entitled his widow to 1/3 of his personal property, a large share that he wished to leave her. New Jersey, on the other hand, had no such provision. Dorrance made a deliberate effort to claim New Jersey as his legal residence to avoid the risk of having to sell stock to pay off his widow after his death. However, this ruse failed. After his demise, New Jersey assessed the estate at $16,768,478, while Pennsylvania issued its own tax bill for $31,465,200. The family took Pennsylvania to court in a highly publicized trial in Delaware County, which offered a glimpse into the opulent lifestyle at Woodcrest. Ethel Dorrance, dressed in mourning black, had to justify grocery bills of over $400 per month, along with receipts of jewelry and beauty salon visits. This, however, was well within their means, given that John Dorrance's annual salary was $216,666. Initially, a judge ruled in favor of the family, stating that they resided in New Jersey. Still, this decision was later overruled by the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania upon appeal. With the U.S. Supreme Court refusing to review the case, the estate was left with no option but to pay an agreed-upon tax bill of $17,437,665, which was intended to support thousands of Pennsylvania families on relief. Yet the story doesn't end here. While the estate was engaged in legal battles in Pennsylvania, New Jersey tax collectors were biding their time. Once the Pennsylvania dispute was settled, they presented their own tax bill. The estate protested this new tax assessment, but the U.S. Supreme Court once again declined to hear their appeal, forcing them to pay New Jersey $16,811,103.50. What started as a plan to save millions in taxes while retaining control of the Campbell stock concluded with an unpleasant tax bill of $34,248,768.50. However, this loss was soon offset by rising soup profits, as the estate's value grew to $127 million by 1938. Before Jack assumed his role at Campbell Soup, he was called to serve in World War II. He was inducted into the Army in 1941 as a lowly $21 a month private. After training, he became an officer in the Signal Corps, later working for the Office of Strategic Services, a precursor to the CIA stationed in southern China. It was during his time in Missouri in the summer of 1942 that Jack met Mary Alice Bennett at a servicemen's party in Joplin. It was love at first sight, and their romance swiftly led to a proposal. Their wedding was intimate, attended by only 30 people, and it took place in Joplin on May 27, 1943. Later on, they got separated in 1963. Despite his immense wealth and status, Jack grappled with alcoholism during times of stress, a problem that affected his marriage and family relationships. While he was a prominent philanthropist, he also took pleasure in giving anonymously. Overall, Jack Dorrance lived a life that, from the outside, seemed perfect. However, the Dorrance family's collective fortune stands at an impressive $15 billion, according to Forbes. Surely it is a story of vision who changed the way we consume soup, and a family whose wealth and legacy brought both privilege and pressure. The Dorrance name may not be as familiar as Campbell Soup, but it's indelibly woven into the company's history and the rich tapestry of American business. That's a wrap of the video. Please make sure to show your valuable support by pressing the like, share, and subscribe buttons for more content. Thank you and take care.